We want to do some more advanced type training. 2023 is going to be the year where we're going to start to do that. Telling everybody now is, keep your eyes posted.
These schools sell out quick too.
Absolutely.